For the next video, we want to talk about the JUnit Lab, which is assigned today, Thursday, March 12th, and is due Thursday, March 26th, the week after spring break. So, the JUnit Lab. Basically, we want, we have two files, gradebook.java and then gradebooktest.java. You have access to gradebook.java and you can download it from Blackboard. What we ask you to do is to add two methods in task 1. Add two methods to gradebook.java. Get score size and a toString method. The get score size is just really straightforward. There's already a score size field in gradebook and right there, and it's managed, it's kept track of. Every time you add a gradebook, it adds to +1 to the scores book, to the score size. So all you need to do with get score size is just return it. Secondly, there's you're told to create a toString method. The toString method should return a string with the scores separated by spaces. So you have to add the space in the toString method. So then task 2 is to create a test class, a JUnit test class. And we went through how to do that in class, so if you've forgotten, you can go back and look at the PowerPoint slides. Basically, you right-click on gradebook.java, select New, and select JUnit test case in Eclipse. And then select the setup and teardown methods, and click Next. Select all the methods except for the constructor, because you don't create test methods for the constructors, and then click Finish. Now you do not select any methods from capital O object, the object class, which will show up in this list, because for one thing, there's about 12 methods that are created in object, which is the superclass of all classes in Java. They've been well tested. There's no need to test them. So in the setup method, you've selected setup and teardown, and there's an @before annotation right before the setup method. Create two objects, at least two objects of gradebook to hold 5 scores each. So gradebook has a capacity, and that capacity defines how many scores can go in the gradebook. So you instantiate gradebook with a capacity of 5 each. And then set those objects to null. That ensures that you don't have any side effects in the test methods. So now create test methods for the methods of gradebook: add score, sum, minimum, and final score. The final score drops the low. It has this algorithm. It drops the lowest score if there are at least 2 scores, or 0 if there are no scores, and so that's what final score does. So you need to test those. Based on what you've added to gradebooks, you should have a good idea of what the answers should be of those things, of these 4 methods. So then you upload the files, both files, gradebook and gradebook tester, to GitHub, to the repository you created, and take a screenshot of that. Submit the 2 gradebook and gradebook test .java files and the screenshot of the directory. So now that's task 5. Now this shows the basic idea of creating a gradebook test or tester. Create a gradebook, you add a score, and then in teardown you would say that this gradebook is null. In test sum, you calculate up the sum. In this case, 50 plus 75, of course, is 125. You calculate that up. The third argument in assert equals is the precision that you want, because if these are doubles, I think, so that they could be 124.99999 in memory. So you want to make sure there's a precision involved. And same thing with test minimum. In add score test, you want to add a score and then make sure that the toString correctly identifies the toString method. So that's the JUnit test, and it is due, I believe, let me make sure I've got it right. It's due Thursday, the same as assignment 4, design is due. So the JUnit test lab, make sure you get this right, because there's one reason for sure to get it right, and that is that if you get 100% on this lab, or even if you don't, the exact same lab is required in 204. So if you're planning on transferring, continuing on with Computer Science 2, when it comes time for the JUnit lab, you just pull it out of your file and submit it, assuming you got a good grade and assuming your professor wasn't easy on you. There's one other thing I want to mention that I didn't talk about in the overview slides, and that is that the assignment 3 implementation is also due. It's due Tuesday, March 24th, after spring break. So you have a week, and you've had lots of time to work on assignment 3. So get busy. If you're still working on it, get busy during the spring break. Okay, that's all. And I think that's the last video for today. So thanks for listening, and good luck.